Well, here we go then. The windmills turn silently round here, but it's the only place within the vicinity of Zandvoort that you can get a bit of peace and quiet. 105,000 Dutch fans are making a tremendous amount of noise ahead of round 15 of the Formula One World Championship in 2022. It is the Dutch Grand Prix, and for the first time, the home fans come to their home circuit to greet their home world champion. Max Verstappen reigning supreme at the top of the championship this year as well. 93 points the lead going into this round around this 2.6 mile circuit. 14 corners, 4 to the left and 10 to the right. It's 247 meters from pole to the first braking zone and into Tarzan corner, where last year Sergio Perez went round the outside of Daniel Ricciardo. It's a brave move, but if you're brave enough, the reward is there for you on a track that is very, very tough to overtake. Turn 3, and there's a spin for Sebastian Vettel, who had a spin in qualifying yesterday and is down in 19th on the grid for this year's race. Hopefully the 72 laps will be a little less problematic for him this afternoon. And this is Sergio Perez on Nikita Mazepin into the chicane and at the start of the stadium section. You need about 1.5 seconds extra pace a lap to get overtakes done here. Perez certainly had that on that particular lap. The 3 tyre compounds for the 4th time this season. It's the hardest in the Pirelli range. The C1, the hard tyre, the C2, the medium, and the C3, the soft. And Pirelli talking about a mixture of strategies today. You can do a one-stopper, but you're going to have to look after those tyres to make it work. So we're right by the North Sea here at Zandvoort, the waves lapping over the shores, but let's go through the starting grid. Nicholas Latifi, slowest in Q1 for the 3rd time in 4 races, is alongside Sebastian Vettel in 19th, and then Kevin Magnussen and Daniel Ricciardo sharing row 9, while their teammates are in the top 8. Valtteri Bottas starts 16th, just behind Alex Albon, who got out of Q1 for the 4th time in 5 races. Zhou Guanyu starts 14th, and behind Fernando Alonso, 3rd quickest team Alpine in Spa, but today Alonso 13th and his teammate Esteban Ocon 12th. Pierre Gasly, 7 races now without a Q3 appearance, is 11th. Lance Stroll into Q3 for the first time since Miami, and alongside him Yuki Tsunoda for AlphaTauri. Then comes Mick Schumacher with his best ever qualifying in a dry session alongside Lando Norris, who quite likes 7th. George Russell is 6th on the grid alongside Sergio Perez, whose spin brought qualifying to an early end. Lewis Hamilton starts 4th on the grid alongside Carlos Sainz, who starts 3rd for a 6th time this season, and it's Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen for the 7th time this season sharing the front row. It's lights out and away we go. Verstappen away well, as is Leclerc, as is Sainz, and Hamilton covers then Sergio Perez into turn 1. Verstappen leads, and on the inside there's contact between Carlos Sainz and Lewis Hamilton. Carlos Sainz is coming in for Ferrari. It's the shortest pit lane, I think, of the season. Is going wheel to wheel down the main straight with Hamilton, and Verstappen is ahead going into turn 1. As Charles Leclerc makes his pit stop. Perez forces Hamilton even wider and then loses speed in doing so. And what kind of animal was that? It's cost him round about 3 places on the track. Karun at race control as Max Verstappen, Karun, I'll come to you in a moment. Max Verstappen comes into the pits. And the tyres are fitted as far as the team are concerned, so Tsunoda is allowed to rejoin this race. Got another car stopping, Bottas. And it's Valtteri Bottas in the Alfa Romeo. And away we go then. We're going green, and Verstappen has got a decent tow behind Hamilton. Here at Zandvoort, Max Verstappen wins the Dutch Grand Prix. pole. A lot harder than he did this time last year in Zandvoort, but Max Verstappen stands on top of the world, on top of the podium, and certainly very much on top here in Zandvoort. What a weekend it's been for him and for Red Bull.
On the hard compound and even on the side of the medium, that how long the soft can hold on and what pace they can have on the medium tire. But then, yeah, we had a good restart. I got in the lead, and for us in general today, the soft compound worked really well compared to like a hard compound.
The thing I'm most pleased about is the performance of the car. I think that's really exciting to see how much progress we've made. I think today, I need to look at the numbers and details, but I think we had the fastest car today. But unfortunately, we're not going to be able to fight for victory if we keep qualifying so far down the grid.
On the soft, I think we were strong because considering we had used tyres compared to Max's new tyres, we were relatively quick, but then on the medium, for some reason, it didn't feel as good.
So many.